This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Could parking meters be coming to the city of Venice? Right now, the Venice Traffic Task Force is meeting to discuss the possibility. ABC7's Christopher Brantley is joining us live from Venice with what's being considered. Chris.
Well, Haley, right now the Traffic Task Force is meeting discussing those of easing traffic in the city of Venice, all the while keeping visitors and residents happy. For years, traffic has been a subject of much controversy in Venice. From parking garages to parking lots, Venice has had more than one idea to get traffic moving. But there may be no more controversial idea than parking meters.
It is an option that has to be considered. There's not been a decision on it, and we know that it is not a popular idea.
Carol Barberi is the new chairwoman of the Venice Traffic Task Force, which is tasked with finding ways to help alleviate some of the traffic woes. However, the parking meter option is not popular.
I think it's a deterrent because a person comes and has to put money in the meter, and then he overstays and he gets a ticket. I don't like parking meters.
Barberi told us she's not suggesting parking meters are the way to go. She said it's merely an option to solve what she thinks is the biggest issue: folks parking downtown for hours on end.
People would all like to be very close to where they shop, and so that's part of the issue. So parking meters may alleviate that.
Another option to get people moving is the trolley, making stops downtown, Sharky's, the beach, and the jetties. When we rode it last year, it was nearly constantly busy.
It will continue this year. It will start in January and end sometime in April.
Venice resident Ray Dugas said the trolley was a big help for visitors.
I think it helps the older people, and it's a good tourist attraction.
The task force is now discussing which trolley service will be running next year's service and what additions they would like to make over last year.
The bid goes out to various vendors, and so we take a look at all of the proposals that come back in.
There is a lot of traffic, but that's because it's just a lovely place and tourists come down to it.
That was Christopher Brantley reporting, and any ideas the task force comes up with must be approved by the Venice City Council, which has not been a fan of parking meters in the past. The council is, however, usually a fan of the trolley. President Obama will travel to Florida next week to give his final speech about counterterrorism strategies. President Obama will go to MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa on Tuesday. The president plans to meet with service members, including members of the special ops teams who have played key roles in counterterrorism efforts. Since taking office, he has increased the U.S. reliance on special forces to address extremist threats with a limited U.S. footprint. It will also be the president's final opportunity to elaborate on reforms that he has implemented. President-elect Donald Trump kicks off his thank you tour as we continue to learn about possible picks for key positions in his new administration. Trump garners praise and criticism as he begins his victory lap in Indiana today after striking a deal with the company Carrier to save 1,000 jobs from going to Mexico. Some saying the deal was a promise of good things to come.
He's not even been sworn in yet and is already showing us that he is a worker.
While others are not as impressed, questioning what the details of the deal are. Senator Bernie Sanders wrote in a Washington Post opinion article that the company that owns Carrier, took Trump hostage and won, saying that Trump has endangered the jobs of workers who were previously safe in the U.S. and signaling to corporations that they can threaten to send their jobs offshore out of the country in exchange for business-friendly tax benefits and incentives. A major health scare for Buzz Aldrin. The former astronaut had to be evacuated from the South Pole due to his deteriorating health. The 86-year-old was best known for being part of Apollo 11 mission in 1969 and for being the second person to ever walk on the moon. Aldrin is currently at McMurdo Station on the Antarctic coast awaiting transport to New Zealand. Officials did not give details on Aldrin's health issues, but doctors say he is stable. and it's much colder there than it is here, that's for sure. Let's head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast.
Getting a little bit cooler here, but not that cold. We are looking at a beautiful sunset tonight. 76 degrees right now, looking out over Sarasota Bay. The dew point is a little high, 69, but that number will be going down. Winds are out of the west at 6. That's bringing that higher dew point temperature up. It's in advance of a weak cold front, which will cool us down a little bit for tomorrow morning. Satellite and radar picture showing right now the activity that you see, the rain is associated with the prefrontal trough, a little bit of moisture convergence out front of it. The front still well back to the northwest of us. A few showers inland counties like Highlands County moving off to the northeast right now. Still some fog around too into Venice and Port Charlotte and extending down into Punta Gorda. That fog will continue to move off to the east and south as that front gets closer to us. Now, the evening planner looks like this. We'll see temperatures staying pretty warm, upper 60s by 11 o'clock with a few clouds around, and it looks like no real threat of any rainfall. The overnight forecast, still a chance for some fog to roll in prior to the front, but temperatures will be down into the upper 50s to lower 60s to start the day off tomorrow, and look for a pretty decent day throughout the day on Friday. More on your weekend weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. More jobs may be coming available in Florida, and with Florida being so well known for sunny skies, it's not very surprising that the largest U.S. solar panel installer is moving to the Florida market. Solar City, a subsidiary company of Tesla Motors, announced today that it is opening an operations center on Clermont near Orlando and plans to spread into other areas of Florida as well. The operations center is expected to employ around 100 people to install solar systems for homeowners while also maintaining and repairing them. The long-awaited rules for commercial drone use came out over the summer, but some complained that they're not fair to all drone owners. Since August, more than 10,000 people have completed the FAA's exam for an unmanned aerial system license. But that's less than 5% of all the drones that have been registered in that same time frame. Not only are hobby drone users not required to take the exam, they aren't held to strict rules for commercial use that others are who are using it for that purpose. That includes avoiding classified airspace. Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, those who have taken the test say there is still much to be done.
It's a written test for flying a drone. It's like taking a written test to drive a car. You got to get behind that wheel and show the guy that you can do it.
Also, what role will local law enforcement officers play in enforcing the FAA's new laws? We'll take a look at the answers coming up tonight at 7. It's a great opportunity to enjoy some gourmet soup and help fight hunger on the Suncoast. The 16th annual Empty Bowls Luncheon held today at the Renaissance on 9th building in Bradenton. Those who purchased tickets got to enjoy bowls of soup from local celebrity soup pourers and keep a unique ceramic bowl. The luncheon is the biggest fundraiser of the year for the Food Bank of Manatee, with 100% of the proceeds going to that program. The Food Bank provides food to more than 100 local social service agencies, food pantries, and soup kitchens.
Hunger is a real need in this community, and anything we can do to blunt that really helps.
A similar Empty Bowls event will take place tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is on Main Street in Lakewood Ranch if you didn't have a chance to head out to this one. And I just wanted to have a big thank you to a class at Southside Elementary. For the second year in a row, I was invited to speak at Mrs. Rickman's third grade class at Southside. And this class, so smart, they had so many great questions. The reason they asked me to come is because every Christmas they do a project where they interview their grandparents. And I talked to them a little bit about interviewing skills and about writing questions. And they had some really great questions. I told them the sign of a good question is when the person who's answering it is stumped. I was stumped several times, so I just want to say thank you to Mrs. Rickman and all of the students in her class. They have bright futures, they are very smart and very kind, and I love visiting Southside Elementary. Bob visits a lot as well. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a disease that affects 37 million people around the world. Coming up next, what the Suncoast community is doing to help those infected with HIV and to prevent deaths.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. for a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Black Friday's biggest deals are still here. That's right, the Black Friday sales event is going strong at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough enough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the technology and comfort you'd find in a luxury vehicle. Right now, get over 20% off. That's up to $15,000 off a new Ram 1500. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
What makes America's #1 beach even better? How about seafood and music? Don't miss the Siesta Beach Seafood and Music Festival happening Saturday and Sunday, December 3rd and 4th from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Siesta Beach Seafood and Music Festival December 3rd and 4th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Today is World AIDS Day. It's an opportunity for people to unite in the fight against HIV, show their support for people living with HIV, and remember those who have died. ABC7's Alex Redmond joins us now with how our Suncoast community observes World AIDS Day. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. Created the Red Pin in 1991, their goal was to start the HIV conversation. People living with the virus suffered behind closed doors, many too scared to even tell their loved ones. The stigma still associated with HIV and AIDS is an important issue brought to light.
We, the Board of County Commissioners of Sarasota County, Florida, do hereby proclaim December 1st, 2016 to be World AIDS Day.
This is such a big deal to me as a woman living with HIV. We honor today the people that we've lost, and we also honor today the people that are living. And unfortunately, most of the people that are living today live in a cloud of secrecy and silence because they're terrified of being found out.
We've come a long way with HIV, or have we?
The stigma surrounding HIV today is worse than it's ever been.
And it was bad.
Going back to the 1980s when we first realized what this was.
HIV and AIDS stigma affects everyone, says Community AIDS Network's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Stephen Nicholas.
Ryan White, a young boy who unfortunately contracted the HIV from a blood transfusion. He was a hemophiliac. His story became nationally famous when he had to sue the school district to get back into school because of the stigma.
World AIDS Day keynote speaker Kamaria Laffrey shares her personal and very compelling story about what it's like to be a woman today living with HIV.
I'm potentially at risk for being arrested in spite of my viral load being 0 or undetectable. And so it brings me to want to learn how to change the laws in Florida because we have 4 specific HIV statutes that apply to your bodily fluids or living with HIV and transmitting the virus.
Wojciechowicz, honored this World AIDS Day, says it's worse today perhaps because people are living and working with HIV.
Because today we still do get fired from jobs, turned away from medical treatment, and people treat us like we are the scum of the earth.
There are 50,000 people in this country diagnosed with HIV, says Wojciechowicz, and Florida is #1 in new HIV cases. And one more thing.
We all think it can't happen to me, but it can.
HIV education and prevention are of great importance, but only we can put back the H that stands for human back into HIV by the way we treat others. Back to you, Haley.
Very true. Great reminder. Thank you, Alex. Now let's head over to Bob, take a look at our forecast.
Thanks, Haley. And a great reminder for everyone to participate in this nice fun run and walk coming up on Sunday morning at Ed Smith Stadium. You get to run around the ball diamond before and after you finish the race right there. This is Save Our Seabirds. It's Run for the Birds. It's a 5K or 1 mile run. Again, that's this Sunday at 8 a.m. is the race start time. You can be there at 7 o'clock. I had the opportunity to visit that and talk to the CEO yesterday. On my birthday, I was shooting some video, and get a look at this is what happened.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Gabby. Happy birthday to you.
Is that amazing or what? That's cockatoo there. And I didn't even tell David that was my birthday. He just started singing it. I said, you got to be kidding me. How's that bird know? And so it was a lot of fun. Really appreciate that. That is Gabby, and Gabby did a great job there with that. And they do a great job there, too. He's turned that program around in 4 years. You want to go out there and visit it. They have educational programs as well that go on throughout the year, the school year. A lot of kids go out there and learn about all the different kinds of seabirds in our area, and they actually save them. And if people ever come across a bird, they're to call Save Our Seabirds, and they'll take care of them there. They have a great facility there now. Get a look at this. This is a fog bank, again, rolling in. Kathy getting this one, looking out toward Longboat Key Bridge. And what a beautiful shot that is. We showed one from Norm Schimmel earlier. A lot of photos coming in to pics at mysuncoast.com. And this is from our tower cam. You can see at 10:30 or so, it was pretty quiet. And all of a sudden, 11 o'clock, it just filled in there as that sea fog rolled in out ahead of a weak cold front that is making its way through north central Florida. Now, there's still some fog around. You can see that on the satellite imagery. The rain is well to the east and south of our area, so we're not anticipating any rainfall. In fact, the shower's not showing up here at all in Manatee and Sarasota County. 76, though, and we have some clouds around, and 69 in the dew point. Winds are out of the west at 6, and the pressure 29.97 inches. The high today was 78, above average. The low this morning was 67. Now, we'll be closer to these numbers tomorrow, not quite there. So this is a weak cold front. It's not very strong, but we'll see slightly cooler temperatures just for one day, really. And then we'll start to be back into the low 80s on Saturday and Sunday. Looks good weather for the race, though, and run on Sunday. No rainfall to report today, and there have been a few showers around. The heat index, not a problem. Temperatures into the mid-70s right now, upper 70s inland. Those are the actual temperatures. And as far as the satellite and radar imagery goes, you can see pretty quiet conditions over the southeast as high pressure is building in behind that weak frontal system, and that will be the case. Pretty good weekend ahead, really, with temperatures getting back into the low 80s for the most part on both days, and it looks like temperatures will cool down a little bit next week. 41 in Buffalo, 50 in Boston, 51 in New York, Salt Lake City at 36, and San Francisco 59 degrees. In Dallas, it is 66 degrees there, 61 in Oklahoma City. For beach and boating tomorrow, northeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be 2 to 4 feet. And looks like a moderate chop with that northeasterly winds. It'll keep the harmful effects anyway, that red tide, which is slight right now off into the Gulf of Mexico. 77 for high near area beaches. There'll be plenty of sunshine. The water temperature now at 73. Low tide upcoming 6:53 and a high tide at 12:21. Another low tide at 8:55. Tonight, some patchy fog, otherwise partly cloudy skies, 63. And then for the extended forecast, it looks good on Saturday and Sunday. There they are, back into the 80s we go. With a cool down back to some more winter-like conditions by Thursday of next week. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now the Suncoast Traffic Watch. There is an accident on University Parkway at Tuttle Avenue, and it is backing up traffic just a little in that area. Starting today, all it takes is a single search warrant and federal agents can search millions of Americans' computers and cell phones. The Justice Department says the updated rule is needed to help them investigate and track down cyber criminals, but not everyone agrees. Oregon Senator Ron Wyden calls it government hacking. He's one of many senators who tried to stop the rule from taking effect, but Republican Senate leaders denied their requests for a vote. Entertainment news is next.
Join Save Our Seabirds, the Baltimore Orioles, and ABC7 for Run for the Birds, December 4th at Ed Smith Stadium. The 5K 1-mile fun run will end at home plate and be followed by a festival with live music, food, and fun. Register today at raceroster.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Famous celebrities aren't new for California, of course, but that didn't stop fans from coming out to see and support the 8 men and women being inducted into the California Hall of Fame last night. Among those being honored, film icon Harrison Ford, former First Lady of California Maria Shriver, baseball legend Tony Gwynn, and many others. This year's inductees join 96 Californians previously honored in California's Hall of Fame. After leading the Cavaliers to an NBA title and ending Cleveland's 52-year championship drought, LeBron James has been chosen as Sports Illustrated's Sports Person of the Year. The 3-time league MVP choice returned to Cleveland in 2014 after 4 seasons in Miami, where he led the Heat to 4 straight finals and 2 titles. He joins Tiger Woods as the only 2-time winner of the award. This time of the year, high school seniors are checking their mailboxes for college acceptance letters, but some students who applied to a school in Wisconsin might get the good news a little bit faster with social media. Students will still get the traditional packets in the mail, letting them know they've been accepted, but the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay is also communicating with potential students through the Snapchat app. With these snaps, the applicants can also share their joy and excitement with the school and their friends and family. Who knew you could learn that you were accepted to college on Snapchat? That's pretty crazy. I remember getting a phone call, which was very exciting, but a snap, that's pretty interesting. We'll be right back.